Dr. Velk'thar stared at the holographic display, and let me tell you, 3 of his 6 eyes were twitching. Not a good sign when you're a Kralaxian xenobiologist who's supposed to remain calm under pressure. But this was beyond his pay grade. "Run it again," he said, mandibles clicking nervously. His assistant, a young researcher named Pix, gave him what could only be described as the universal look of "Are you serious right now?" across species. "Doctor, we've run it 17 times. The results haven't changed. They won't change." "Then the equipment is malfunctioning." "The equipment is fine." Pix manipulated the controls with her 3-fingered appendages, pulling up strand after strand of genetic code. "Their DNA is not." The human specimen sat in the observation chamber below, casually reading something on a datapad. Her name was Maya Torres, a cargo hauler who'd volunteered for what she thought was a routine health screening at Andromeda Station. She had dark skin, darker hair pulled into some kind of functional knot, and absolutely no idea that she'd just broken every biological rule the Galactic Scientific Council held sacred. "Explain it to me again," Velk'thar said, settling his bulk into his chair. It creaked ominously. "Slowly, like I'm a hatchling." Pix sighed, a sound that translated across species as pure exasperation. "Every species in the known galaxy has genetic memory, yes? Instincts coded into our very cells. The Torven remember how to navigate by stars. The Kresh remember how to identify poisonous plants. Simple survival protocols that helped our ancestors live long enough to reproduce. Yes, basic evolutionary biology. Continue. Human genetic memory is..." Pix paused, searching for words. "Aggressive. Extremely aggressive. We're finding encoded sequences for tracking prey across multiple terrain types. Calculating trajectory for thrown objects. Pattern recognition for predicting animal behavior. Endurance hunting protocols that suggest their ancestors literally chased prey until it died of exhaustion." "That's ridiculous," Velk'thar said, but his voice lacked conviction. "Humans are herbivores, obviously. Look at them. Soft skin, blunt teeth, weak jaw muscles. They're omnivores, doctor. And according to these genetic markers, their ancestors were persistence hunters. They didn't run fast, they ran forever. Hour after hour after hour, until their prey simply gave up and died." A chill ran down Velk'thar's dorsal ridge. He'd studied hundreds of species in his 40-year career. Predators had sharp claws, powerful muscles, natural weapons. Prey had camouflage, speed, defensive mechanisms. Humans had stubbornness, apparently, coded right into their genetic structure. "There's more," Pix said, and somehow her tone made it worse. "Their DNA contains memory sequences for cooperative hunting, strategic planning, tool creation, environmental adaptation across extreme climate variations, and get this, trauma response protocols that actually strengthen neural pathways rather than weakening them. Trauma makes them stronger. According to this, yes, their stress response system is designed to turn threats into learning experiences. It's madness." Velk'thar pulled up another display, this one showing comparative anatomy. Human musculature was bizarre, long leverage points that sacrificed power for endurance. Their respiratory system could maintain oxygen flow during sustained activity that would kill most species. And their cooling mechanism? They leaked water through their skin, an absolutely insane biological feature that somehow worked. Why would evolution create something like this? Velk'thar wondered aloud. Maybe evolution didn't have a choice, Pix said quietly. Look at their homeworld data. Earth, gravity 0.98 standard, but the atmospheric composition, temperature variations, predator diversity? Doctor, humans didn't evolve on a garden world. They evolved on a death world, and instead of developing armor or venom or speed, they developed patience, strategy, the ability to simply not stop. In the observation chamber below, Maya looked up suddenly, as if sensing their attention. She smiled and waved. Friendly, harmless-looking Velk'thar felt all 6 eyes focus on her with newfound wariness. What do we do? Pix asked. We. Velk'thar stood, robes swishing around his form. We document everything. And then we very politely ask Miss Torres if she'd be willing to answer some questions. Questions like what? Like why her DNA remembers how to hunt when her species supposedly evolved past such necessities 3,000 years ago. They headed toward the lift that would take them to the observation level. Behind them, screens full of genetic data continued scrolling, revealing secret after secret hidden in human chromosomes. Somewhere in that code was the answer to why this soft, small, seemingly fragile species had spread across 24 systems in less than a century. Velk'thar had a sinking feeling he already knew the answer. He just wasn't sure he wanted to hear it confirmed. Maya looked up from her datapad as the two scientists entered, and her smile could have melted glaciers. "Hey there, done with the tests? Because I've got a cargo run to Epsilon 3 in about 6 hours and I really need to." "Miss Torres," Velk'thar interrupted, trying to keep his voice steady. "We need to ask you some questions. Unusual questions." "Okay." Maya set down the datapad, leaning back in her chair with that peculiar human casualness that always unsettled other species. No defensive posture, no threat assessment, just comfortable. Like she owned every room she entered. "Shoot." "Please don't say shoot." Pix muttered. Velk'thar activated a hollow display between them, showing simplified genetic structures. "Miss Torres, are you aware that your species carries genetic memory far beyond normal parameters?" Maya blinked. "Like instincts?" "Sure, everybody's got those." "No, not like instincts. Your DNA contains active memory sequences for hunting behaviors your species hasn't needed for millennia. Tracking, pursuit, strategic planning for taking down prey significantly larger than yourself. It's all there, coded and ready, like your body expects you might need it at any moment." "Huh." Maya tilted her head, genuinely curious rather than concerned. "Weird. Is that bad?" "Bad. Miss Torres, every peaceful species in the galaxy has evolved away from predatory behaviors. The Kralaxians haven't hunted in 15,000 years. Our genetic memory for it has completely degraded. But humans..." Velk'thar's mandibles clicked rapidly. "You still remember everything. Your body hasn't forgotten a single detail." "Well," Maya said slowly, "my grandpa used to take me hunting back on Earth. Deer mostly, sometimes wild turkey." "Is that what you mean?" The silence in the room could have been cut with a plasma blade. "You still hunt?" Pix whispered. "Voluntarily. Some people do, yeah. For food, for sport, for population control in some areas. It's not super common anymore, but it's not extinct either." Maya looked between the two scientists, finally registering their horror. Oh, you guys don't do that anymore, do you? No species hunts anymore." Velk'thar said, voice rising. "We grow our nutrition in vats. We synthesize proteins. We farm passive creatures bred specifically for docility. We evolved beyond killing." "But we didn't," Maya said quietly, and something in her tone made both scientists step back involuntarily. Not threatening, just factual. Statement of reality. "Look, I get that it sounds primitive to you, but Earth was harsh. Really harsh. We had ice ages, droughts, predators that saw us as snacks, diseases that wiped out entire populations. We couldn't afford to forget how to survive." Pix pulled up another display. "Your stress response system actually creates stronger neural pathways when you experience trauma. That's not normal, Miss Torres. That's adaptation for constant threat environment. Makes sense though, right?" Maya stood, stretching in that fluid way humans moved, all connected motion and balanced weight distribution. "If bad things keep happening, you better learn from them fast. Use that experience, don't let it break you. Turn it into armor." She paused. "Is this why you guys seem so surprised when humans volunteer for dangerous jobs? Rescue operations, hazard zones, first contact situations?" "Yes," Velk'thar practically shouted. "You run toward danger. It's insane. Every instinct should tell you to flee, but instead humans see a crisis and think, I should help with that. It goes against every survival principle." Maya laughed, the sound warm and genuine. "Doc, you're looking at it backwards. We don't run toward danger despite our instincts. We do it because of them. See, our ancestors figured out something important. The biggest threats? You can't run from them forever. Eventually you turn around and face them, together, as a group. That's coded in us too. Cooperation under pressure, protecting the pack, refusing to abandon your people even when it's logical to do so." She walked to the window, looking out at the stars beyond the station. "You think we're dangerous because we remember how to hunt. But that's not the scary part, not really. The scary part is that we also remember why we hunted. To feed our families, to protect our tribes, to survive another day so our kids could have a future. That's what you're seeing in our DNA, Doctor. Not violence for its own sake, purpose, direction. The unwillingness to quit even when quitting makes sense. Velk'thar felt something shift in his understanding. You're saying your predatory nature is inseparable from your protective nature. Exactly. You can't have one without the other. We're persistent hunters, yeah, but that same persistence makes us loyal friends, determined problem solvers, stubborn defenders of what we love. It's all the same genetic package. Maya turned back to them, eyes bright with something that might have been pride. We're not broken or primitive, document. We're just built for a harder game than most species had to play. Pix looked at her scanner readings one more time. This is going to change everything, you know? Once the Galactic Council understands what humans really are, how you're designed, there will be questions, concerns. Let them ask, Maya said simply. We've got nothing to hide. Yeah, we remember how to hunt. We remember how to fight. We remember how to survive things that would destroy other species. But we also remember how to laugh, how to love, how to turn enemies into friends and wastelands into gardens. That's all in our DNA too, if you look close enough. She grabbed her datapad, checking the time. Now, if we're done here, I really do have that cargo run. Medical supplies for a Centauri colony. They're expecting me. Of course, Velk'thar said, stepping aside. Thank you for your time, Miss Torres. Anytime, document. She paused at the door. Oh, and Doc, stop being scared of what we are and start appreciating what we can do together. All of us different species working as one big pack. That's the real human trick, turning everyone into family. After she left, Pix turned to Velk'thar. What do we put in the report? Velk'thar looked at the genetic data one last time. All those predatory sequences still active and waiting, surrounded by equally strong sequences for empathy, creativity, and cooperation. The truth. Humans are persistence hunters who never forgot how to chase down prey. And the galaxy is very lucky they decided we were worth protecting instead of pursuing. Pix nodded slowly. Agreed. Though I have one more question. What? She's running medical supplies to a colony during a supply crisis, probably through dangerous space, definitely without adequate payment. What? Velk'thar clicked his mandibles in what might have been a smile. Because her DNA remembers how to protect the pack, and apparently the pack now includes all of us. Terrifying and beautiful, Pix murmured. That, Velk'thar agreed, is humanity in a nutshell. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.